What's up, guys? It's Austin from Yugioh Theory. Today I'm coming at you guys with a top 10 staples of 2017 list. To qualify for this, they would have to have been used uh, a lot during 2017 for a few months or so. So, if your favorite isn't on this list, if your favorite staple isn't on this list, comment below your favorite staple. This also be a good time to subscribe. I really appreciate it if you would. And let's get right into it, guys. Okay, guys, first up on the list, we have My Body's a Shield. My Body's a Shield is a really good card. It just kind of stops destruction in general. It was used very heavily during the Zodiac and True Draco period, and also when Slumber was being played in just about everything. And it's all around just really good for stopping things that pop stuff. And it kind of got around Masterpiece, because most of the time people make Masterpiece immune to monsters and traps instead of spells. So cards like My Body's a Shield would stop it. Second on the list is Cosmic Cyclone. Cosmic Cyclone was used very heavily during the True Draco period just because it banished their spells and traps instead of destroying them. And whenever you destroy a spell or trap of a True Draco, it would pop your monster or back row. So banishing it was very important. And paying the 1,000 seems like nothing whenever you don't get some of your stuff popped. This card was used for probably about 4 or 5 months maybe. People still use it today because True Dracos still are pretty prevalent in the meta. So as long as True Dracos are a thing, people are going to be playing this a lot. Number 3 on the list is Reggae Key. Reggae Key will probably, until it will be banned, will be the #1 board wipe of all time until it's banned, which I'm sure it probably will get banned maybe eventually. But for now, since it's still at 1, it's still a very powerful board wipe. It doesn't destroy your monsters like Dark Hole, so you can just destroy all your opponent's monsters for basically for free and then attack directly and possibly kill them. It's very good. Next on the list is Uninterrupted Kaiju Slumber. Kaiju Slumber was really good just because really it just made the Kaiju engine in general just a lot more powerful. It's basically a dark hole, and then you get to attack your opponent for around 600-700 damage, somewhere around there. So and it was at 3, which at the time Regeki wasn't, and it was played in just about everything for about 4 or 5 months. It was a very, very strong board wipe at the time, seeing as Dark Hole was at 2 and it was at 3, and you got to attack, so it made it a lot better than Dark Hole and Regeki. Next is D Barrier. D Barrier was used for about 6, 7, 8 months, a lot during the Zodiac and ABC meta, and a little bit during the True Draco meta, but not very much because True Draco doesn't use anything. But still, Zodiac was a little bit prevalent, so they still kind of side decked it. Now it's mostly found in side decks. No one really mains it anymore, just because it doesn't affect links, which is a very popular mechanic now, actually, because you pretty much are forced to use it. But anyway, D-Barrier is still really good, and I think if like a really good fusion deck or something like that comes out, D-Barrier will probably come back into play. And I feel like grabbing your copies now is really good just because they just got printed in common, and they'll probably be used for a long time until they're like limited or something like that. But all around, D-Barrier is really good. Number 6 on the list is Maxine. Maxine has been a staple pretty much since it came out, and it's been limited recently, but it's still everybody pretty much plays it. Maxine is a really good card. Just being able to draw after you're off your opponent's special summoning is really good in and of itself. Sometimes you can draw up to like 3 or 4 cards off this card, so and it's still worth running even though it is limited, and people will probably still be running it until it's banned, and that's why I have it at number 6. Number 7 on the list is Ghost Stoker and Snow Rabbit. This card has been used a lot in the meta overall ever since it came out, and I think the most recent printing of it is like $12, so people are still using it a lot. It's like the #1 hand trap, but just because it's a little cheaper than Ash Blossom, that's probably a little better than it. I don't know. The Ghost Stoker is really versatile, but so is Ash Blossom. It's kind of a throw up between the two. So, but that's why I put Ghost Stoker at number 7. Number 8 on the list is Ash Blossom. Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring has been used a lot in the meta as well. It's used for stopping excess draws, people adding from their deck to their hand. where Ghost Stoker just stops like kind of monster effects and spelling trap effects, but only continuous cards. This is like stopping them from getting card advantage. So Ash Blossom has been used alongside Ghost Stoker. They kind of intertwine with each other as enhanced traps go. Except that Ash Blossoms are like $70 and Ghost Stoker's like uh, 12, so it's a lot more expensive, so it's not as readily available, but still a lot of people use it that can't afford it, and that's why I have it at number 8. Next on the list is Pot of Desires. Pot of Desires has pretty much been used a lot in the meta ever since it came out. It's just a banish 10 and draw 2. It helps make decks that aren't consistent more consistent, and it's just a very, very good card. And it's become more readily available recently because it is printed in the Mega 10 as one of the promo cards, so you're guaranteed to get it. And it's just all around a really, really good card to make your deck consistent if it's not consistent in the first place, and that's why it's at number 9. And last but certainly not least is Solemn Strike. Solemn Strike has probably been the most used card in every type of deck since it came out. Solemn Strike is so versatile. Paying 1500 to negate effects and summons is very, very strong, and especially since it's still at 3, and it just got a recent printing making it about $5 a copy, so even the casual players can afford it. Like before, I couldn't afford them, and now I can. So it's made them more widespread in the Yu-Gi-Oh community. So pretty much everybody is playing them now, and they are ridiculously good. And that's why I think they're the best staple of all 2017. And that's pretty much it with the video. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.